I'm sure you're all aware, TaylorMade have just launched some new irons. It's the RSi range. There's three different clubs in this range. You've got the RSi 1, you've got the RSi 2, and there's also a Tour Preferred version, which I haven't actually got here. We were very lucky actually that TaylorMade invited us down to the Belfry, to the TaylorMade Performance Centre, to actually test these out for ourselves and find out about all the new technology. So rather than me trying to explain the technology, I'll pass you over to Sean Brady, who explained to me at the Belfry just a little bit more about the technology that's involved in these new irons.
The big story, of course, with both products is the fact that we've introduced face slots. People will remember us from last year of having the speed pocket in the sole, which certainly helped ball speeds massively. But what we've really tried to do with both these products is talk about consistency and miss hits. You'll see in our advertising campaign, it's very much about the consistency that we're looking for, the consistency in ball speed. So you'll notice very, very clearly on this model here, the face slots on RS1, either side of the heel and toe, and that's really to try and add a uniformity to the COR across the face, so we get consistency.
Okay, so just having a look at the RSi 1, I've got the 7 iron here, which has obviously got the face slots in and the speed pocket. The RSi 1 is aimed more at the mid to high handicapper, so this was the club that I was hitting at the Belfry. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger head, a little bit chunkier, give you a little bit more confidence behind the ball. The RSi 2 is moving towards your better player, so a little bit sleeker, not so chunky. They've also got a Tour Preferred version, which we haven't seen yet, but TaylorMade really hope that this is going to be a big club for them on tour. The previous Tour Preferred irons were very successful. Justin Rose, Martin Keimer both won the US Open using those irons. So TaylorMade are very excited about the Tour Preferred version. Obviously for the for the club handicap golfers, the RSi 1 and the RSi 2 are the ones that we're going to be using. From what I found from hitting them, obviously they are really going for their forgiveness is massive with TaylorMade on these new clubs. They've got the campaign, miss hits happen, nobody's perfect, but it's not just the club golfers like ourselves that miss hit it, it's the tour pros as well, so we all need that extra bit of forgiveness. So when we were testing these clubs out, we actually put some face tape on there to hit some shots and see where we were actually hitting the ball. And I do think that there was a few times where I hit a few shots and I thought I've hit that in the middle because the ball flight had been quite good, gone quite far. But I'd look back at the tape and I hadn't quite hit it in the middle. It was a little bit nearer to the toe, for example. So straight away that was that's the technology, that's the face slot technology coming into play to give that sort of forgiveness right across the face, and I can vouch that was the case. And another thing about these new irons is I think they look great. They look really, really cool. The RSi 1, they've got a sort of a red and black look across the back, whereas the RSi 2 and the TP a little bit cleaner. Obviously the TP forged version, I've got that classical forged design, so looks, it's a massive plus for me on this new TaylorMade range. The forgiveness is there. I've hit with them. Distance wise, I wasn't seeing any longer distance from, say, for example, compared to the Speed Blade. But I don't think TaylorMade are really trying to push that with this new irons. They're not trying to say, these irons are going to give you an extra 5, 6, 7 yards distance. They're not saying that at all. What they are saying is that, the off-centre hits will go further, and, I think they have achieved that with this new technology.